What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We're back with another video. This time we are on GBPJPY. We busted them again. Now I done caught over 1,000 pips on GJ, y'all, since last week. We sold up here, rode this weekly expansion down, and we sold up here, riding this weekly expansion down. All right, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Don't waste no time. Try not to make this video an hour long. All right, so what we have right here is 1 hour order block. Last up close candle before this down move here is also the POI from last week's high to last week's low. Take your fib, extend that out in time, and this order block lines up perfectly with our kill zone, 62% to 70% retracement level. That's just a couple confluences that I had to enter this trade. Another one was being that we opened up on Sunday and immediately started trading up, which tricks retail traders into thinking that, you know, we're going to go higher, when all actuality, it's just manipulation. That's all that is. So from the time we open to here, it's nothing but what, guys? Manipulation. That's all. That's all it is. All right, so just to kind of run this back. Here goes the before screenshot published on July 4th, yesterday. So sell limit posted up in here. We have our stop loss about, I would say 10, 15 pips above the order block right there. And we are targeting last week's low, which is right here, Friday's low. So our target. Right here, this is for take partials. You always got to take partials. You always got to trade your stop loss no matter what. Protect your position. Always protect your position. All right, now I'm about to play this replay. Let's get it. Here we are coming up in the Asian session. All right, let's jump back to about right here. All right. You have buy side liquidity resting here. This is previous day's high, okay? Let me fix this real quick. Buy side liquidity. All right. You have buy side liquidity resting above previous day's high. Now, For those of you who don't know, I have these time-based indicators on my chart. Okay, this one is called weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so you just come up here to indicators and you go to the search bar and type in weekend, and it should pop up right there. By Veronimus, that's it. Okay, you can come in here, you can change it any color you want. I think the standard color is yellow, but anyway, the other one is called Sessions by Junior FX Addict. You can come in here. I accidentally exited out of it. All right, come in here, go to settings, check off Asia session, and I just leave the colors how they come. Okay, so London session starts right here, like 2:30 a.m. is the green, and then right here at 7:30, 8 o'clock a.m. is the start of New York session, and you can tell it turns brown. That is the overlap of New York and London, which brings us good volatility. And right here at 11 a.m. Eastern time is London close. So London starts right here and ends right there. Okay. And then New York session starts right there and ends right there, right here. London said London, New York, London close, New York close. And the Asian session is going to be white. Okay. You can modify it however you want, but this is just how I like to do it because time and price is what makes the market spin. You feel me? All right. Now, I wanted to jump back to this area and drop down to a 5-minute chart. And let me take this off. Yeah. All right. Send that to the back. All right. So here's our pairs of liquidity. Right here. Come back down. Trade up. Once this happens, you have now entered a low risk sell model. So from the time the market trades up, taking out previous day's high, you have now entered a low risk sell model. There's your low risk sell model. Trade down, kind of flag back up. Also have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Slow this down just a hair. All right, boom, right there. So technically what we have going on right here is this order block right there. Boom, boom, boom. And then we create a nice engulfing order block. We trade down, pop back up to this little imbalance right there. And then we melt. Here's London open. And again, in bearish conditions, you always want to anticipate for London session to give you your high of the day. Asia session, London session, we trade up, creating that high of the day, and then we melt. Now at this point, we are waiting until New York open, which is gonna occur around right there. Now we won't wait until this time to try to get a continuation pattern. We might not get it. We might. Let's watch it play out. We have the expansion pops back up into this fair value gap. Man, this thing just melted, y'all. It just melted. We have DXY gaining a lot of value. Therefore, it's causing foreign currencies to drop heavily. Here we are going into the end of London session. New York Open. It didn't give us no chance to re-enter. So if you didn't catch that first one, you basically, you know, SOL. It took partials right there. I mean, because at this point, we were already like 200 pips in profit. There's our target right there, guys. I was actually targeting like 20 pips below here, like right there. But as you can see, we literally was 1.3 pips away from take profit. And we started retesting after that. So here we are. Let's move on to DXY. Here goes the before trade. This was published yesterday on July 4th, as you can see right up here in the top left-hand corner. My entry 104.910 right here. 104.910, 909. Now I basically already have this set up. We'll jump to a 4-hour real quick. We have our 4-hour order block right here. Price trades up, taking out this high, expansion, and retest. Okay. You dig down into the smaller time frames. You have the weekly open, which is accumulation, manipulation down into, okay, our 4-hour order block, which is right there. And expansion up, okay, shift in market structure right there. Going into the distribution phase, let me delete all this. All right, so let's drop down. All right, so right here, trade up, market structure shifts at this point right here. Look at that 5-minute candle. Sure, market structure shift. Here is your order block right there. So we trade up. We shift and then we retest. That's a deep retest, like 100% right there. Stop loss should be placed below this low. We have a little manipulation right there. Accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. As soon as London session kicks off at 3, we take off. And it literally does not give you a chance to get back in this trade. Like within 2 hours, it had done smashed the buy side liquidity. And I mean, look, 8-to-3 risk to reward ratio. I mean, that's 186 pips right there, guys. Beautiful. So as you can see, here's the before. Okay, here's the end result of that. Now, let's see, we got DXY, GJ, Euro USD. Here we are on Euro USD. I did not get a chance to take a screenshot of the before, but I took this trade. My entry was 1.0 4,400. Okay. My stop loss was right here above previous day's high. It was like 10 pips above previous day's high. And I was targeting these relative equal lows right here. Sell side liquidity. I end up closing the trade right there at 11 o'clock is where I closed the trade at as price was working its way back up. All right, so let me tell you what I seen here. We open up. Now we are still playing inside of this dealing range from last week, from here to there, extend that out into time. That's what it looks like. Okay. We expand, take out this low, and then we start to basically chop back up. We trade up into our kill zone. When our order block there, okay. And look at that move down right there. Okay, shift in market structure. See that low right there? Boom. Okay, this candle is significant. You see what I have highlighted with this gray box? That's my POI. All right, that's my POI. This is where I found my entry. To give you an idea, put you in my head. About 50% of that, okay? 50% of that imbalance is, you see the green label? So I just find the nearest whole number closer to that, and I set my sell limit and let it ride. Throw my fibs on here for framework. Extend that out in the time. Like clockwork every time. It's the same concepts on GJ. Okay. We expand, we break structure to the downside here, and we flag back up. Look at that. Put my sell limit at the equilibrium, 50%. Drop down to a 15-minute. It's a lot of choppy price action, but a beautiful sell. I was buying Euro USD. At the same time I was buying DXY, and at the same time I was selling Euro USD. See what I'm saying? That's how we do it. We use the DXY as a guide to help determine what the other assets are gonna do. All right, now SPX500. Oh, we're about to sell this, guys. Oh yeah, we're about to sell this. Who's ready to get some money with me? Oh yeah. Where's my phone? I don't really like trading at this time of day, but I'm gonna go ahead and place a small position as soon as the market opens back up. We're good to go right there. Anyway, let's hit the replay button. All right, so if you watched my last video, I believe I touched on the fact that I want to see lower prices. We're obviously bearish. I want to see lower prices on this. So my intentions was to buy this thing up and then sell it down, right? So here we are. I found this fair value gap. All right, I found this fair value gap right here, and I was basically anticipating on price to come down and pop back up. All right. Now let me look at my MetaTrader to get the exact price. It was 38.08. 38.08. All right. Stop loss slightly below the fair value gap. And we have buy side liquidity resting above here, above here. Okay. We have targets up here, imbalance. This right here is our daily fair value gap, I believe. Let's play this out. All right, so I basically entered this trade as soon as it was taking out the liquidity from this low right here. There's liquidity resting below this low. All right. So the idea is price to come down and dig into this imbalance as well as this order block. All right, watch this. You see what I'm talking about? Now, granted, I usually try to get as far down as I can, but you know, not a lot of drawdown. Not worried about my stop loss being hit. It's down below the low end of this fair value gap. Okay. All right. Here we go. We smash take profit within 2 hours. I'm sorry, within 3 or 4 hours, we smash take profit. Now, this is where things got tricky. Let me jump back one more. All right, so this is what I was looking at, guys, on this next setup, right? Fair value gap right there. This next entry was 38.39. Oops. Stop loss slightly below the low end of the fair value gap. And I want to be very careful. I'm knowing this because at this point we are inside of our POI for the sale, right? Watch this. Watch what happens. All right, we dig down in there. Look, guys, I did not lose on this trade, okay? So when price came down and popped back up, I took partials here and I put my stop loss at break even, okay? And I got stopped out of this trade at break even. But that's what happened with that. I should have knew off rip that this thing was gonna melt. I did not catch this sell, okay? Because I was focused on another trade and I was pretty much done with it from the profits on this trade and the profits on this one. But I did not stick with my original analysis. I was actually kind of hoping that we created a high on Monday, and then Tuesday we pop back up and take out that high, and then I would sell up here. But as you can see, we did not get that, and it's all good. My analysis was correct overall, but you can't catch them all. Here's a beautiful entry right there that we could have took, but we didn't. See, as soon as this candle closes, this one opens, immediately trades up into this imbalance, taking out this high before melting, going lower. Was not a participant in this market. It was a nice one though, but we're definitely about to jump up here and sell. So I'm not sure where price is going to be when the market opens, but I want to say your stop loss should be secure above this high, but I would probably set an alarm. It might be more comfortable with it being above this high right here. We have clear targets on the downside. We have a set of equal lows right there. We also have our final target, which would be down there. It's a nice healthy pullback. We are inside the POI right now. Definitely looking forward to this setup. Definitely looking forward to this setup. We're going to ride it all the way down, y'all. Now, Wednesday, it's going to start melting. I believe it's going to start melting. Now, let's keep in mind now, let's erase this idea right here for a second and consider, let's just delete all this. All right, and let's consider the fact that the market loves to run out liquidity before a continuance. All right. Now we're going to keep this POI in mind and see how price reacts. But look at this expansion down. Look at that. Anybody who did not take profit along the way was dead. If they was trailing their stop, they all got ate up on this retest right here. What I tell you about London close, profit taking hour right there. This is profit taking hour, guys. Listen to me. After that, what happens? Immediately rebalanced. It immediately rebalanced. Now we have a series of equal highs right there. So we're gonna have buy side liquidity resting here as well as here. So it will not surprise me if we pop up and take that out before going lower. The end of the day, so we're kind of just chopping, but I like how price jammed up into this fair value gap, and after that it just kind of, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to this sell-off though. So just be cautious. We do have equal highs right there. Could very well see this happen. And if that does happen, then you're gonna wait and look at the smaller time frames and catch something like this. Okay, something like that. That's a more conservative approach. Now, I talk about these low risk sell models, and basically, once price trades up, taking out that high right there, there's your low risk sell model. So you could enter the sell as price is coming up, or just be patient and wait on it to pull back and then take it. But if you are not a member of my Discord channel, I'm gonna have the link in the description down below. I'm also gonna have a link to my IG, my Facebook. I'm constantly posting on there. You guys run me up, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, PJFS Trading. So force to be reckoned with. We're making major moves out here. My accuracy is next to none. My strike rate is very high. Get at me, man. One-on-one mentorship is available, $750 for 10 one-hour sessions via Zoom calls. If you're local, we can meet up and do face-to-face. Oh, look, we just popped up. Yeah, this is looking good, guys. Keep in mind, this is our fair value gap right here. The areas that are sensitive in this fair value gap is that 50% area. That's sensitive right there. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off of here right now and try to catch this SPX. All right, and until next time.